Have you ever met a couple who clearly looks miserable together? Always arguing, always complaining, always saying, I can do better. Yet they stay together like their relationship has a no refund policy? Or maybe it's you. Maybe you stayed in something long after the happiness expired. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about why humans stay in unhappy relationships, even when the red flags are waving like India's tricolor on Independence Day. Let's dive into the psychology behind it. Hook. People don't stay in unhappy relationships because they're foolish. They stay because their emotions, habits, and fears are stronger than their logic. Your heart says one thing, your brain says another, and your habits say, we're not going anywhere. Let's unpack this. Reason number 1. Comfort feels safer than change. Unhappy doesn't always mean unbearable. Most relationships become familiar, predictable, routine. And humans love routine. Even when the routine sucks, your brain sees change as danger, even positive change. So it says, this relationship hurts, but leaving might hurt more. Let's stay with the devil we know. Comfort zone, 1. Happiness, 0. Reason number 2. Emotional investment becomes emotional debt. Humans don't like losing what they've invested in. You've given time, energy, affection, memories, effort, compromises, pieces of yourself. So even when the relationship stops being good, your brain says, I've put in too much to walk away now. This is the sunk cost fallacy. The same reason people stay in bad jobs, bad friendships, and 3-hour boring movies hoping it'll get better. But sometimes it doesn't. Reason number 3. Fear of loneliness. Let's be honest. Being alone is scary for many people. Sleeping alone, eating alone, going home alone, facing yourself, facing silence, facing the unknown. For some, staying unhappy feels easier than being lonely. They think a painful relationship is still better than an empty house. But spoiler, it's actually not. Reason number 4. What if I never find someone else? This fear destroys more happiness than heartbreak ever could. People think, what if this is the best I'll ever get? What if no one else loves me? What if I end up alone forever? What if dating again is too hard? So they cling to someone who's wrong for them because they're scared of not finding someone right. It's not love. It's insecurity wearing a romantic mask. Reason number 5. Hope, the most dangerous emotion. Hope keeps people in places pain should have ended. You think, they'll change. It's just a phase. They didn't mean it. Things will get better. The good times will come back. Sometimes hope heals. Sometimes hope traps. Because sometimes the person you love is the source of the pain you're hoping they'll fix. Reason number 6. Emotional attachment is stronger than logic. Your brain knows it's unhealthy. Your friends know it's unhealthy. Your dog knows it's unhealthy. But your heart doesn't care. Attachment chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine create a bond that feels addictive. Even if the relationship hurts, you crave the comfort, the familiarity, the memories. Breaking an attachment is like breaking an addiction. Painful, heavy, messy. So you stay. Reason number 7. You don't want to feel like a failure. Society romanticizes forever, so many people stay unhappy because leaving feels like losing. What will people say? We've been together so long. I don't want to start over. I don't want to be wrong about them. Leaving feels like failure, but staying miserable? That's somehow more socially acceptable. Strange world. Reason number 8. You're used to the chaos. If you grew up in instability or emotional stress, Toxic relationships feel normal. Peace feels weird. Healthy love feels suspicious. Consistency feels boring. So even if you know it's unhealthy, your nervous system is like, this dysfunction feels familiar. We understand this. You're not choosing toxicity. You're choosing what your brain believes is home. Reason number 9. Your self-worth is low. This one is harsh but real. When you don't believe you deserve better, you don't ask for better. You convince yourself, this is all I deserve. No one else would want me. At least they stayed. I should be grateful. But this isn't gratitude. It's emotional resignation. And low self-worth traps more people than heartbreak ever will. Reason number 10. The cycle of highs and lows is addictive. Unhappy relationships often have a pattern: fight, distance, tension, apology, temporary happiness, repeat. This cycle creates emotional highs and lows that release intense dopamine, the same chemical involved in gambling addiction. That's why leaving feels impossible. Your brain is hooked on the emotional roller coaster. You become addicted to the high that comes after the low. It's not love, it's neurological chaos. Reason number 11. You're scared of rebuilding your life. A breakup isn't just losing a person, it's losing routine, future plans, shared memories, habits, comfort, identity. Starting over feels overwhelming. So people stay because breaking up means reconstructing everything from scratch. It feels easier to hold on than to rebuild. So what's the real truth? People stay in unhappy relationships not because they're weak, but because they're human. Because familiarity feels safer than freedom. Fear feels stronger than desire. Attachment feels stronger than logic. Hope feels louder than pain. And insecurity feels louder than self-worth. But here's the twist. Staying unhappy is not loyalty. It's self-abandonment. And the moment you start choosing peace over fear, self-worth over attachment, clarity over confusion, you begin to realize love isn't a prison you stay in. It's a place where you grow. If you're not growing, if you're not respected, if you're not loved properly, then leaving